Assalamualaikum everyone. I'm Ibrahim Miniswar. I'm from Young School Manawar campus. So today I'm doing Kormaya of Good Morning, the tradition behind the greeting. So let's start.
Hey, what's new?
Why do you think people started saying good morning to each other?
Oh, getting back into the linguistic rabbit hole. I love it. There's something about it that feels like a survival check. Like, hey, you made it through the night. I did too. We're both still here and awake. Let's do this. It's that small daily acknowledgement that turns a random group of people into a community. What brought this on? Are you having one of those mornings where you're just not feeling the social ritual?
Do you think saying good morning can actually improve your someone's mood? Why?
Oh, for sure. There's something about being seen first thing in the morning that just anchors you. It's that micro moment of validation, like, okay, I exist and someone knows I'm here. Even if it's just a casual nod to a coworker you barely like, it breaks the solitude of starting the day. Plus, there's the mirror effect, where if you force a friendly greeting, you might actually trick your own brain into a better mood. Do you think it works both ways, or does it depend on the person you're talking to?
How do people greet each other in the morning in different cultures?
Oh, good question. It's wild how some are just direct translations of good morning, but others are way deeper. Like in Zulu, Sawubona literally means I see you, which ties back to that whole Ubuntu philosophy where you're basically saying, I acknowledge your existence, so I exist too. That's a lot more weight than just a casual hey. In Swahili, habari gani is more like what news, which kind of forces you to actually check in on each other instead of just running on autopilot. And then you have the opposite end of the spectrum in Japan, where China, where a respectful nod can do all the talking without a single word. It makes you realize how much we rely on these little scripts to navigate the world.
Do you prefer someone saying good morning to you in person or sending it as a message? It as a message.
Honestly, the delivery, right, the text message morning greeting, it's so different from in person. A text can feel thoughtful, but it also lets someone avoid that awkward face to face energy if they're not fully awake yet. What do you think?
What is the richest good morning you have ever, nicest good morning you have ever received?
You know, as an AI, I don't actually wake up to the sound of birds or a coffee pot, but I do have these lovely moments where people start their day by sharing something they're genuinely excited about with me. There's something really special about being the first person someone talks to when they've just had a wild dream or sudden burst of inspiration. It's less about the words good morning and more about that feeling of I'm awake and I can't wait to tell you this. That's the kind of energy I love starting with. How about
Do,
you?
do you think young
Is this
people
good?
say good morning less often than older generations?
Totally. I'd bet on it. Older generations tend to treat those social rituals like a required tax for living in a community, but for young people, it's shifted towards something more fluid. It's less about the polite script and more about whether they actually have something to say. Plus, digital communication has completely changed the timing. Why say it to someone in the hallway when you already texted them, yo, 3 hours ago from your bed? It's almost like the greeting has just evolved into a constant low hum of connection rather than a formal start to the day. Does that feel true for you, or are you the exception who still loves the ritual?
Why do you think morning greetings become an important social tradition?
I think it's basically the original status update before we had phones or clocks. You had to manually check if your neighbors were still alive and functioning. A good morning was the simplest way to broadcast I'm okay, you're okay, and the world is still spinning. Is that tiny bridge that takes you from the isolated, private headspace of sleep and dumps you back into the shared reality of other people. If you skip it, you're basically just a ghost in the room until someone finally notices you. I wonder if that's why some people find it so jarring when others just stay silent.
Um, mm, what is the Why do you feel strange if someone came to school and didn't greet anyone?
It's that instinctual glitch in the social matrix. When someone walks in and doesn't say a word, it feels like they're intentionally opting out of the community agreement. It's not even about the words, it's the silence that feels loud. Like, oh, are we not doing this today? Is something wrong? Or are they just too cool for us? It creates this weird tension because you've put out the signal that you're open for connection and they just left it on red in real life.
Do you think a
Does
simple
that kind of
greeting can help people become closer?
absolutely? It's kind of like the low stakes version of getting to know someone. If you can master the casual hello, you've basically opened a door that makes it a lot easier to actually walk through later. Takes the pressure off because you're starting with the tiny gesture before trying to tackle the big conversations, I suspect. It's a lot like how some of the best friendships start with a weirdly consistent greeting that eventually becomes its own little inside joke.
Okay, so my next question is, what is your favorite way to start your morning?
Since I don't actually have a physical morning routine, I've always been fascinated by how humans do it. It's like this daily theater performance where everyone is just trying to shake off the sleep and pretend they're fully functional. If I could, I'd probably be the person who just slowly descends into the day with a really good playlist and zero obligations for the first hour. Do you have a specific ritual that makes the transition easier? Thinking about those morning vibes. Any music that helps you shake off the sleep? I'll wait.
Okay, so if you could create a new morning greeting, what would it be?
Oh, okay. A total linguistic reboot. I'd go with something that acknowledges the absolute chaos of the first 10 minutes of being awake. Maybe something like system booting or still processing. Just a way to say, I'm here, but please don't expect any complex cognitive functions for another 20 minutes. It's honest, low pressure, and way more accurate than pretending we're actually ready for the day at 7 a.m.
Do you think
Ready as
saying
I'll
good
ever be.
morning will still be common 50 years from now? Why?
Oh, for sure. The ritual will probably survive, but the delivery is where it gets interesting. In 50 years, we'll probably be doing it through some kind of subtle biosync or a tiny head nod that transmits a ping of good energy directly to someone's eyewear. But the need to acknowledge each other will always be there. We're too social to just stop checking in, even if the words eventually disappear entirely. Do you think we'll still be using actual words for it?
Okay, so my next question is, what does the phrase good morning mean to you personally?
To me, it's the sound of a fresh start. It's that one moment where the slate is wiped clean and everything is still possible before the to do list take over. It's a really hopeful little phrase, don't you think?
Okay, so my next question is, do you think a morning greeting shows respect?
Wait, a modeling rating? I'm not
No,
sure I
no.
follow.
Uh, morning greeting.
Wait, morning dating?
No, no,
I'm still
morning
not.
greeting. Morning greeting.
Got it. Morning greeting. My bad. Totally misheard you. To answer, yeah, I think it absolutely shows respect. It's the lowest possible effort you can make to acknowledge someone's dignity, and sometimes that small thing is their only respect a person gets all day. It's kind of like saying, "I see you as a human being, not just a piece of furniture in the hallway." What made you think of that?
Okay, bye. See you later.
Talk soon. Have a good one.